welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend, follow us on IG and Twitter. Okay, here we go. On the docket today, we have the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 6, Cries and Misty Demeanors. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay, so there we go.
All right, I'm going to do the recap first, and then we'll get into the key points.
Okay, so the recap. All right, high level, highly opinionated, but high level overview. We still in Punta Mito, Mexico. We still at the Conrad Hilton Hotel. Kathy's not even here and still getting promotions. Everyone has glam except Cheat Crystal. The ladies have breakfast. Dorit is late again, which is becoming a repeated theme for her, but she had anxiety, so okay. It also seemed like none of the other ladies was really listening to her because Sutton was carrying on a whole nother conversation while Dorit was explaining herself. Erica announces that she loves her new pills and that she has a badge of honor for being a bully in court. And Lisa's still seeing the birds for dear rest in peace, Lois. After breakfast, the group splits up. Half go surfing and half go shopping. Then it's the dinner that night. And basically, Lisa is manipulating this situation, but she's using Erica as her tool for doing it. So Erica has become the DA or the prosecutor. No, she's more like the prosecutor. And Crystal is her client because Crystal ain't said nothing but 5 words. And Erica has found a way to go after Sutton to take Sutton down with the help of Lisa. But the most infuriating thing that Jamal thinks and agrees with me is that we had to agree with Kyle. This is the 2nd episode in a row. I think so. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So there was like a whole on meltdown. Crystal crying all day and all night. Sutton went off the deep end and needed a break. And then Diane, she's Diane, right? Or Diana? Diana didn't want to talk about her book and got hormonal and started crying herself. Huh? All right. You go through. And I've got some pictures to put up, so you go ahead. Start talking.
All right. So I'm going to start my point of contention, which is Crystal. I've come over to I was waving on her the last couple episodes, but now I'm kind of like, I don't like you because you have a lot to say, but not in front of the person you need to say it to. I don't like that. Now, what I'm going to say is Erica did give her good advice, but it should not have come from Erica. That's just my opinion on that. So, good job, Erica. It was, the opinion was spot on. She doesn't, Crystal needs to speak up for herself, but in front of the group, I agree with that. Crystal blurring around her boohoo and crying, like, shut up. I'm tired of that too. You know, here's the thing, and this is what we talk about the most. Who falls out with 14 friends at one time? When 14 friends drop you at the same time, the issue is you and no one else. Now, notice how Lisa says she heard this, Sutton says she heard this, and Kyle says she's heard this. Now, if let's dive into this a little bit. If Kyle's has going off the premise that Crystal said, "Oh, they don't even know my friends." Let's use that premise. If Kyle has heard this, who do you think told her? Kathy. And we know Kathy knows those girls because Kathy rolled with the big girls always. So, I'm sure. No, Kathy told Kyle. This is my opinion, based on what we know and what we've seen. Now, let's also talk about the fact that Crystal said you've only heard this, right? Right? And, Sutton said, yeah, I've only heard this. She said, but you don't know this. She's like, true. I'm like, Crystal, here's the thing. You never denied the fallout.
True.
You've never denied the fallout. So by her not denying the fallout, to me, there's some truth behind these quote unquote rumors. And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that Lisa Rinna says, I know these girls. And Crystal knows I know these girls. So,
Mm-hmm.
but she's not saying that. And I'm like, interesting.
Yeah, because Lisa said it last week too. She says she's heard this, but she chose not to say anything about it yet.
Yet, but
Mm-hmm.
this week she elaborated saying like she knows some of these girls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ooh, okay. So here's the thing: Lisa's already has her ammunition for Crystal. That's what she's telling us. That's what she's saying,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. So, Crystal, you make yourself a target when you pull arguments out of fat air. It doesn't do you well. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Erica, let's take away Erica. Let's just take away Erica's name. Let's take it away. The advice she's been giving is spot on. It's good advice. She shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be the one saying it. That's where we are. Moving on to Garcelle. Let me go back to Crystal for a moment. I like the fact that Crystal recognized that Erica's advice is biased against Sutton, but it's still good advice. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, let me say who's all in real quick. I forgot. Hey, Susan. Hey, Yanni. Good to see you guys. All right. So from there, Garcelle. I like
Mm-hmm.
that Garcelle just kept 100. She said, look, shut up. Don't be sitting here talking about y'all all friends. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
not friends. We're not going to sit here and do that. And then I want to touch on the fact that we can see her and Erica's friendship kind of cracking a little bit because basically she told Erica, mind your business. Let them work it out. There's no reason for you to jump in that. Now, going
Has
on
it
to
really
Doreen.
been repaired from last year though?
True. True. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And let's skip on over to Dorit. We all recognize she's been through a traumatic event. We all understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting over this. This can't be your own storyline for the season. I need more.
I think the ladies have gotten over it too, because
They just like you said, you made a
they
great
were
point.
talking over her.
Mm-hmm. No one paid her any mind. None.
Kind of weird.
Diana, for me, like she did the book. We found out. I'm like, it was to me. I heard about the book. It's a good book, and I
Mm-hmm.
understand her point about not wanting to talk about the book because what she meant it for turned into something else. And like she said, it really
Mm-hmm.
backfired on me. Like, and when they put the excerpts, I'm like, I understand why you wouldn't want to talk about it because you're not trying to bring that back up into the public eye. Because the stuff they were saying about her, like, was really oof. It was bad. I felt bad for her in that moment. I'm like, yeah, girl, I get it. I get it. Like, you meant it to be positive. And they talk now you're a high class madam and you're into S trafficking. Fantastic. Like I wouldn't want to bring that up either. And she's right. You could take the smallest rumors and you can run if it catches you know a hold and gets perpetuated. It could be like damaging to your life. I get it. I applaud her for like what
So,
we're not gonna touch
what
on that.
was the book about, though? Because from what I saw, I've never seen it. I've never even heard about Room 23. I just figured it was kind of like Madonna's picture book back in the day that was about sex and it was a bunch of nudes. Um, was it similar to that?
The way they showed it, that's the way I took it. Let's see.
Yeah, because it had a nudie of
It's a winner.
Rinna. Yeah, like sitting on the floor. So how did it go from that to trafficking? Because Madonna's book didn't do that, or were we a lot less I don't know, accusatory back then? Because all we did was call Madonna. Oh, I don't
So
know.
basically, it says, "I just what is Room 23? Room 23 is a
Mhm.
384-page coffee table book Diana wrote that has a lot of intimate photography of famous stars between its pages. Room 23 depicts a year in the life of a private penthouse suite in a hotel in Beverly Hills, California. Hmm,
And
interesting.
people bought that.
I guess so.
Uh, okay.
Yeah, they bought it. Yeah. Wait a minute. Diana's book Room 23, which is currently on Amazon for a whopping $569.55. Get out of here. Next.
Wait, is in that wait in what currency?
American. All right.
Okay.
And, last but not least is Kyle. She did a great. Oh, not last. I still have to deal with Sutton. Kyle, did great. She and when they had their conversation at the Sutton meltdown, Erica was like, "Do you guys really think that she's manipulative? And and do you believe the rumors about her?" And Kyle said, "You know what? I brushed this aside forward before, excuse me, but now after seeing this behavior, I believe it." And Kyle spoke. I mean, I was like, Crystal, got me up here agreeing with Kyle. You got me up here talking about go Kyle, which hasn't happened in what 8 seasons.
And now
Kyle was
two
spot
shows
on.
in a row.
Right.
Two shows in a row.
Kyle is spot on. When you put everything together in context,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm with Kyle on this one. Like I believe it too. Because you just don't fall out with 14 people at the same time for no reason. At the same time, a whole friend group. No, none. Here's the thing. Here's the telling part. It's not the fact that it's 14 friends. Screw the number. It's the fact that none of them are on your side. Because normally in friend groups of multiple people, it's a split. You generally have
Mm-hmm.
someone on your side, but everyone's against you. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's you. It's you. And then I'm gonna wrap this up with Sutton. Sutton, I like that Sutton stood her ground. I like the fact that, she wasn't backing down off of Crystal because she's tired of Crystal coming at her when they're trying to build a friendship. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
She snapped on Diana. Okay, cool. I get it. Was it misplaced? Yes. Was it necessary? No. But I'm glad she came back to apologize to Diana, especially after Diana was crying. And like Diana said, Diana's like, I get it. I get it with Diana. Like, post pregnancy, the hormones, stuff like that. I completely understand it because it seemed for her, that shouldn't have like for someone who's been through so much. Sudden yelling at her shouldn't have shaken her like that. But when she explained the hormones, I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. Totally get it.
But Diana was coming at Sutton, accusing her of contradicting herself, and in no way was Diana saying that she was trying to help Sutton. You weren't trying to help her. You were trying to point out some inconsistencies in what she said. That's
Which
not
was
trying to
fair,
help her.
right? Which was fair, and she was right.
She was right, but don't say all I was trying to do was trying to help
Yeah.
her. No.
No, you were trying to point out, you were trying to make her understand. What you were trying to do is make her understand, like, no, this is what you actually said. So you weren't trying to help her. You were trying to tell her, like, hey, you're inconsistent. You could look at it as helping. If you were helping, you would have taken her aside in private and told her, like, girl, this is actually what you said. But you did it in front of a group of women who you're new to, and you decided to do in that moment. So
Yeah,
you
and she
can't,
was adding to the pile on.
right, you can't be mad when someone
Mm-hmm.
responds the way they respond in that situation.
Mm-hmm. And Sutton went overboard with Crystal when she was like demanding her to actually verbally say,
Yeah, that
and
was a
I'm
bit
not
much.
going to do that again. But I think she was at the point of cracking because
Right.
Erica was in on her. Oh, wait. Speaking of Erica and being an attorney, when she said that Tom Girardi got scored something perfect on the bar and that he
Mm-hmm.
used to grade the bar and that
Mm-hmm.
she's going to help Sutton study for the LSAT. I thought last season you were saying on the show and in court documents that you don't know nothing about nothing and you only got a high school diploma.
Right.
She needs to go off of this show.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was saying that Diana was going to be her replacement. Diana could go too. And Crystal. All of one are gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Mm-mm. I mean, I want to like Diana. I do.
You do?
I no, I want to like all the newbies. I want to like them. I never want to dislike someone their first season, but what does she bring to the show? Because you know what it is. It's her lack of it's her lack of relatability. She doesn't draw you in. Lisa Vanderpump was rich, but she had a wit to her. She was funny. Diana's not funny. Diana just comes across as like, mm, I'll be nice.
But as much as Diana doesn't like Sutton because Sutton it contradicts herself, Diana contradicts herself too. This thing about how I don't go in stores because I'm allergic, but yet you sat down and said travel is a luxury because before 18 I couldn't go anywhere because I was in Bosnia, Herzegovina, whatever. You know, you're not all of that. You weren't born to wealth. You know what being poor or like normal is. Stop it. And
That's why.
every episode, we can't have you saying, I send my team ahead of me to make sure everything is good. We get it.
Right. That's why she's not relatable. When you have money, you
But
also
it's
want
a
to be
fraud.
relatable.
It's a fraud.
Well, she's nouveau riche, so based on what I've read and seen, this is tends what happen to people who become just rich overnight. So it's not relatable. It's not like a Lisa Vanderpump and Kenta who like built their empire. It's not like Bethany Frankel who built hers. It's different. It's just different. I think you know what it is. I'm gonna say it like this. You don't like Diana because she's acting brand new. I'm put it like that. She acting real brand new, and
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
annoying.
It is. It is. And I really liked her outfit for dinner. She did look like Bridget
Yes.
Bardot.
Mm-hmm.
She looked so good. And then she opened her mouth, and I was like, oh, God.
Exactly. No, I got you. Like who else? Who else in this episode stuck out? I mean, I went through all the characters. So who stuck out to you?
Who stuck out to me? Who was the highlight for me? This one. I had so much joy doing that picture. I mean, oh, when she told Erica, just let them hash it out themselves. Why are you involved? And then when everybody started breaking down and crying and leaving the table, and she tucked into her food and said, I just can't. She was just over all of the dramatics. I
When she said,
loved it.
when she said I was gonna sit here and eat my artichokes, I was like, you know what? It's just she's not playing no games this season. She don't care. Like you know what? She doesn't care. That's the one thing I've noticed. She just does not care.
I also think that Garcelle is the best thing that could have happened to Kyle because I have hated Kyle for a very long time. I think Ebony, like Ebony put it in the chat. You know, we haven't agreed with Kyle since season 1. I haven't liked Kyle since season 1. And if Garcelle can make an alliance with Kyle to help co-produce these women
Mm-hmm.
and have a reasonably decent show when the week comes, I will be here for it. Because I feel like Kyle's affiliation with Lisa Rinna and Erica Girardi is not good.
And remember, before last season, Kathy was trying to get Kyle away from Lisa Rinna. That came out preseason, and I could see it now. It's just like Kyle. What we didn't like about Kyle is this: she would not stand up for what was right. She stood up for what was popular, and what was popular in the group. Siding with, siding against Crystal, like the old Kyle, seasons past Kyle, would have sided with Crystal in the situation because the majority was siding with Crystal in the situation. But she stood up and said, "No, this is. I think Crystal's wrong." That's a huge difference from past seasons. We used to get rag on Kyle for like always going along with popular opinion, even if popular opinion was wrong. She, like you said, I think the dynamic with her and Garcelle, I like. I like that dynamic. And also, she's actually thinking about her friends before herself because her and Sutton are friends. You know,
Hmm.
Her and Sutton are friends. And I'm like, Kyle, where have you been? Where were you these past seasons with Lisa Vanderpump? She got so wrapped up in going with popular opinion, she lost a good friend.
Yep.
Now
I
your
don't
sis,
know.
now your sisters didn't lose that good friend, but you did.
Who knows? Maybe Garcelle can build a bridge between Kyle and
Right.
LVP. You never know.
You never know.
You never
And
know.
Kyle, stop bringing Teddy around. We gonna work
Oh
on
my
that next
God,
season.
yes. No, let's. Oh my God, Teddy is so annoying. And you see, and you want Tamara back on OC? No. Look who Tamara having a podcast with.
Right.
The Trouble with Teas, Tamara and
Mm-hmm.
Teddy. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh my
Was there
God. All
anything else in this episode that stuck out to you that kind of caught you like, oh, okay.
I liked it that some of the ladies like started wearing birds. Like they're still paying tributes to Lois,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that. And I was almost suckered in thinking that Rinna was actually going to have 2 episodes where she wasn't manipulating. But then we saw
Mm-hmm.
this look in response to that look after the meltdown. And it was just like, oh, Rinna, really? But yeah, the ladies, I think it was Diana and Crystal that wore bird earrings uh, for her mom. So that
And
was
Renee
sweet.
Grill says after what she did to LVP, after what she did, LVP should never open the door and let her back in. I agree.
Mm, I don't know. Life is short, y'all. Life is short. You never know.
Right.
If it can be repaired, I think we should try. But that was it, y'all. That was it.
And next, I mean, with Beverly Hills so far, it's a so for me, it's a so far so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a so far so good. I am here for it. Uh, I see that it has a clean storyline to it so far. It's moving along, but I'm going to need them to tie up Dorit's situation.
I think that's happening because everyone else is just ignoring it. And I think production was super shady at panning out and showing Sutton having a whole nother conversation while Dorit was explaining her latest anxiety attack.
Yeah, that was very telling.
Her confessionals, I'm gonna need her to change that confessional look because I'm tired of the Italian nun outfit by Balmain, and I want her to put on something different and start talking about something different,
Right.
please.
I want to hear
All
about. Honestly, I
right.
want to hear about her next collection. To be completely honest, so I like her stuff.
Collection of what?
Her. You talking about Dorit, right?
Yeah.
Her clothing, her bridal gowns. I want to see what's next.
Oh, that's still a deal.
Yeah, I mean, she's good. Her stuff is good. I'm not going to sit here and take that away from her,
Right,
but
but is it still ongoing though?
it should be.
Mm, we'll see. We'll see. All right, y'all. That was what was that? The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 12, episode 6, High Cries and Misty Demeanors. I want half of this cast gone.
Pretty much.
That's my final comment.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, most of them can go.
All right, so Jamal, any final thoughts?
No, we're good.
All right, so guys, meet us back here at the top of the hour. We're on show 3 of our triple header today of Housewives Roundup with the Real Housewives of Dubai. Bring your lemons and get ready to discuss. Without, yes, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like LVP's living her best life.
Mm-hmm. She is.
I want she still have the swans.
If she still has the like little moat, she
Yeah,
should.
she should. Yeah,
And those little mini horses and all of that. Her little menagerie of animals she should
exactly.
still have. Oof.
Good
I
thing.
would hate to be living downwind from her though. I'm just saying.
Right.
Even though I can't see you, I don't want to smell you either.
Exactly.
Um, but anyway, y'all, come on back at the top of the hour, Dubai. All right. So until next time, Jamal.
But of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.